General Mattis had a disagreement with you about pulling troops out of Syria and Afghanistan. If your generals tell you...
I was so right.
If the generals say to you, Mr. President, we need more people, not fewer people right now, what will you do?
Well, Mattis said that, and I gave him more people for a short period of time, and it didn't work out. And what we were doing is policing on Afghanistan. As far as Syria, I did pull them out. I pulled them out. We were securing the border between Turkey and Syria. I said, why are we doing that? Turkey's big, Syria's fine. Let them fight their own battles. What are we doing with our soldiers? Getting people killed to secure it. Now, for one thing, when I came in, ISIS was all over Syria, all over Iraq, and we don't want them coming to us, and it was a mess. You understand that very well. And I knocked out 100% of the territorial caliphate. 100%. We knocked the whole thing out.
But what about Afghanistan?
No, but just so you understand. So we knocked out the ISIS caliphate in vast amounts of the Middle East. And I did that fairly quickly. When I came, again, President Obama, it was all over the place. When I say we're not doing the borders, we did leave soldiers. We left soldiers because I kept the oil. And I was always against Iraq, going into Iraq. I think it was one of the worst, maybe the worst decision ever made. But I used to say, once they were in there, keep the oil. They never kept the oil. We have an oil area near Syria and in Syria. We kept it. So the only soldiers I have over there, they're guarding the oil. We kept the oil, so we kept the treasure. That's okay.
But if it takes more troops to keep the Taliban from taking over Afghanistan, is that something you would be willing to do or no?
Well, you know, there's a big question about the government of Afghanistan. There's a big question about that whole situation in Afghanistan. We're getting along very well with everybody. We have to get our people back home. It's not fair. We're a police force over there. We're maintaining things. Eventually, we have to leave. We don't want to stay there for another 20 years. We don't want to stay there for 100 years. We want our people to come back home. I became president. I was told by President Obama, sitting in the Oval Office in probably our only meeting, essentially. You know, it was enough for me. But I was told...
And you haven't talked to him since?
I was at the funeral of President Bush. I sat next to him, and I said, hello. And then I said, goodbye. That's about it. No, I didn't like the job he did. I didn't like the job that he and Biden did. I didn't like the position they put us in. I didn't like what he did to our military. We didn't even have a military. Our military was so depleted. And I tell this story, and I hate to tell it because it's embarrassing, but right now we have more ammunition than we've ever had. It's all over the place. But when we were having difficulty with a certain country, remember Donald Trump is going to start a war right away. Well, here it is. We're almost 4 years out. There's been no war, and we're respected again. But I was told by a general, sir, please don't do that. Why? We have no ammunition. This is the condition we were left in. When you look at so many different problems that we were left, I mean, and with countries. But he said the biggest problem we have is North Korea. That's what you're alluding to. And I have a good relationship with him. I said, did you ever call him? The answer is yes, he did. But I will tell you, I don't think they admit that. Maybe they do. But called many times. And Kim Jong-un did not want to talk to him. And me, he wanted to talk to. And we met in Singapore, and we met in Vietnam. And I also went to the border, first person ever to walk over, you know, from et cetera, et cetera. And we have a very good relationship, understanding. Let's see what happens. But I love what we're doing because we're accomplishing more than anybody's ever. I'm feeling it as we're saving this country. This country was going wrong.